Today we're going to be doing blue objects. Everything I'm using is going to be blue. Next object. Neck pillow. Oh, hi, buddy. Hello. My aunt's dog came to say hi. He's a German Shepherd. Hi, buddy. What's up? I think you guys would want to see him, but I don't know how to move the camera without ruining the setup. Gotta shake it out. You like blue objects? You like the pillow? He's demanding my attention. I think most people would forgive me for moving the camera. Because I think that most people like dogs. So I'm going to show you what he looks like. But yeah, I know he's not blue, but he's a dog, so I think you'll forgive me. Ian. Hi, buddy. Okay, there we go. My sister made a nest for him. She picked out a blanket that she doesn't really use that much and just lets him use it. He's so spoiled. I think he wants me to play with him, but It's raining outside right now, so I can't take him outside, so he's kind of mad at me. Oh wait, he does have something blue on him. Oh my goodness, look. Look. His collar is blue. Where's his collar? Ta-da! His collar is blue. That's so sketchy. Moving my camera around, it's whatever. I think you'll appreciate it. Dogs are cool. Accidental blue trigger dog. I'm gonna go back to the neck pillow now. Then, go lay down. Oh, he's so sad. Oh my goodness. Go upstairs. I don't like being mean to him, but I can't take him outside right now, so there's nothing I can really do. Hopefully it'll stop raining soon, but for now he needs to go lay down. That's very loud. I'm not a big fan of crinkling sounds, but some people really like them, so here you go. I know that this isn't like a true blue or whatever, but I think teal counts as blue, so this is like an aqua teal kind of blue, so I think it counts. I cut up an old pool noodle over the summer to make like little targets for Nerf wars. Like if you don't have anybody to play Nerf with, I just cut up a pool noodle and just made a bunch of little targets like this instead of having like soda cans, you know, because I don't know, I didn't want to have a bunch of soda cans laying around, so I made these instead. There was like a weird ad popping up on my computer. I don't know what it was. was, but it was annoying me. I'm not scratching the book, I'm rubbing my fingers on it, so I'm not leaving any marks on the surface of the book. But it does sound interesting even just using like the meat of my fingers. I have this exercise die, and it has a bunch of blue letters on it. I tried coloring in the numbers and letters because they were kind of hard to see sometimes because it's blue on black. And just as like a point of reference, you want to have contrast when it comes to the legibility of numbers and letters, so try to avoid darker and cooler tones together unless it's like specifically something you're going for. Like blue letters on a black background typically are hard to read, so it's something that you want to avoid unless you have like a really light blue. The blue that they used on this wasn't very good. I tried like, you can kind of see like smudge marks when I tried to use like a marker to color it in, but the glossiness of the dice, it's like a foam dye, it didn't take the ink very well, so I just wiped it off. But yeah, if you are designing something, don't use black and blue or like white and yellow. If you're trying to make something legible, it doesn't work. Contrast is usually the way to go. So if like you have like a bright white background, you should use like cooler tones, darker tones. And if you have like a black background, you want to use like warm and bright colors. Yeah. I mean, these are okay because of the way that this lighting is, but if you have like a normal light in your room that's like most light bulbs are like warm colors, so like this wouldn't stand out. Like, I tried to use it a couple times and I had to get like really close to read it. I mean, I also need to use glasses, but even with glasses, like, unless you have perfect lighting, this kind of color combination isn't very good. But whatever. I'm sorry, I'm preaching and rambling about colors. Let's see. Whatever's on top, you have to do. You have to do 30 lunges. You have to do 30 lunges right now. I kind of forgot where we got this from. I think this is something that my sister made a long time ago when she was in Sunday school. She had to make like a clay cross and then paint it. I think she was like 12 or something when she made this. I just cut my nails, so I can't really do any like super loud tapping on this. Pocket Bible, New Testament with Psalms and Proverbs. I think someone gave this to me as a gift, but the text is so hard to read by itself. Like the words are so small. So I think like this kind of book is only really good if you have like a pocket magnifier or just like really good glasses. I mean, it's handy. You can just put it in your pocket like you would a phone or something, or wallet. Like it's almost cell phone sized. But the words are so small. This was like a weird and short-lived run in the Nerf sword line. There were like Nerf swords and Nerf blasters that were like alien themed, but then they got replaced by the zombie theme. But I got one of these like Nerf short swords that were alien themed. I thought it was cool because it kind of reminded me of like kind of like Kratos' sword or something, or if any of you watch anime, there's this anime called Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. Like it's one of those really long titles, but like the main character uses a short sword about this size. It's like the size of like a big Bowie knife or like a bolo knife. I don't know, I thought it looked cool, and I was so mad when I was going into high school. I thought that like, oh, Nerf is for children or whatever, and it is, but like it's still fun to like run around and shoot your friends or smack your friends with Nerf stuff. Like it's like, I feel like we underappreciate the fun of play fighting with your friends versus like just clicking away at a video game. Like video games are fun, but like you have a body, you know, like you should use it while you have it and like go and have fun with your friends. I was so mad. I had like this really cool Nerf mace and this Nerf tomahawk, and I would always run around like I was a barbarian or something, and I don't know, it was really cool, and I was so mad that I had to get rid of it because I was turning into adult and toys are dumb. Like, yeah, toys are dumb, but at the same time, like, there's no harm in having a Nerf war with your friends. I think out of all the toys you get, having like a foam blaster is the one thing you keep into your adulthood, because like airsoft is expensive, paintball is expensive, but Nerf, you can just reuse your darts and just blast at each other all day long. That was kind of sus. But you know what I mean. Get your mind out of the gutter. Anyway, I actually do have a couple Nerf blasters that I managed to save. And I also got a couple for my cousin's kids to use when they come to visit my aunt. I'm currently living with my aunt to help them out. And I got a couple of these cute little Nerf blasters for my little cousin to use. She's kind of like a niece, but like, so there's my first cousin who is the mother, and then there's her daughter. So the daughter's kind of like a niece, but she's a cousin, whatever. Anyway, and she's like 10, and she's been really getting into like I think she's gonna end up being like a theater kid or something. She really likes pretending to be a character, and she's like kind of good at it for her age. Like she'll do like little poses and stuff, and she's pretty good at like copying characters that she sees in movies and video games. And I thought it would be fun to show her how to like shoot a Nerf blaster or use like foam swords like this. Just like a fun way to roughhouse, you know, like children need to be able to roughhouse. Like they shouldn't be punching each other, but if they're wrestling or whacking each other with Nerf swords or shooting Nerf blasters, I think that that's healthy for them to do, and I think parents should encourage their children to test their might against each other. I'm sorry, I just love rambling. Like, we're here for the triggers, I know, but whatever, I like telling stories. Oh, I think I might have one more blue trigger I can do. I'll be right back. Behold. It's a Nerf revolver. The Disruptor. I don't know if you can read that. I don't have autofocus activated because my camera's a little older, and if I turn it on, it will just show all the squares and stuff. But anyway, it's called the Disruptor. There used to be a yellow revolver that, in my opinion, was better designed. The timing on it, which means like when you activate the cocking mechanism and then you shoot around, the cylinder would turn, and that's called timing because it would turn specifically to be in a line with the barrel, and the timing on that one was better most of the time, but then they kind of lost their quality over the years, and then they made this one, and I think that they purposefully made it less powerful, and the timing on it is a little off. I mean, it's still fun to shoot at stuff, but it's not as good as the Nerf blasters that I I grew up with. This one came out like a couple years before COVID. So, I don't know. I think companies come and go and their qualities shift depending on what they are doing. But I don't know. I think it looks cool at least, and it's still fun to play around with. But this little thing is annoying because it's not as sturdy as the old yellow ones used to be. Like this one, like the spring is weaker, so it just bounces around. But one of the things that I've always liked about Nerf is that they try to mimic real world guns, even though that a lot of their designs are very fantasy based or sci-fi based. Like, you would never shoot a revolver that doesn't actually have a barrel. That's literally just all cylinder just going right out. Like, there's no actual barrel. But I think it's kind of cool that you can put attachments on this, like on the top rail. Like, almost all of the blasters you can put whatever accessory you want on top. Like you can put a scope or a light, or I used to have these little blasters that you would put on the bottom of your Nerf rifle, and it would act like a grip and like a second gun. And it was always kind of funny to me to take the little blaster and put it on another blaster in a weird way. So I'd be like, I got double blaster, pew pew. I think it's always fun when toy makers make toys that the child can customize in whatever way they want. I think it would have been really cool to go into toy making and design wacky stuff for kids to play with, but there's a reason why Toys R Us went out of business. I think it's mostly because video games skyrocketed in their popularity and kids just weren't interested in toys anymore. But I always loved Nerf and Lego and anything that would allow me to express my imagination. And it was always fun to go around and pretend I was some space soldier with my friends. Sometimes I find myself, even if I'm not, even if I'm using a drill or some other power tool that uses a trigger, I end up mimicking what I do when I use real guns. Is you're supposed to keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire. And sometimes I'll find myself doing this, or I'll try and keep my finger away from the trigger. I mean, this is a toy, so sometimes I'll forget and I'll be like, bang, bang, whatever. Or I'll just sit here and whatever. But muscle memory. It's always better to be safe than sorry. To one of the golden rules, there's like 4 rules. But one of them is keeping your finger off the trigger. I didn't realize it until I actually figured out how guns work, that most of the Nerf guns that you get are they're single action, so or pump action, so you charge the handle and then it's ready to fire, but it will only fire once, and then you have to recharge it in order to make it fire again. Unless you got a motorized Nerf blaster, almost all of them are single action or pump, which I think is kind of neat. And I think it also makes children exercise more because they're doing a lot of pumping actions and motions and whatnot. I used to have a pump action blaster that you would pump like a shotgun essentially, and it had a side loading drum. I forget the name of the blaster, but it had 100 rounds, and I would sit there and be like, bang, 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 bang. And that was kind of a workout for a while, just moving the charging handle back and forth. And it's effective. You're not using batteries or anything. You're just using the power of the springs and your own arms. So I think it's a cool way of getting kids to exercise and get used to hand-eye coordination with shooting Nerf darts and stuff. Let's see how it sounds if I shoot the blaster over at the couch. It actually went pretty far. Wow. I think this one's the better blaster. I think the other one's not as good, but I guess I grabbed the better one. Anyway, I know that it's kind of loud, but I don't know, I'm having fun. But yeah, that was blue triggers. In my next one, I might do red or pink triggers. We'll see. In any case, I hope you enjoyed, and I appreciate everyone that has come to watch these videos. I didn't think anyone would be interested, but you guys are awesome, and I am grateful that you're here. So keep doing all the YouTube stuff. Like, share, and subscribe, and if you have any suggestions for future videos, or if you want to see a role play or just a cozy reading session, let me know, and I'll do my best to accommodate. That's it from me, and if you're asleep, good night, sleep tight, and God bless you.